much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep a smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm going to try not to keep long. You already know. If it gets good, I'm going to keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The golden nugget today is double for your trouble. I almost don't want to say double because God can bring in a 7-fold and a 100-fold for you, okay? But let me just say double for your trouble. Some of y'all, if not all of y'all, is experiencing some stuff. I'm experiencing some things myself, and I'm getting happy over here. Why? Because God is telling me I'm about to increase. I am. The good news is it don't matter where the hardship is coming from, you are going to get increased. What do I mean by it don't matter where it's coming from? Because truth be told, the enemy will come up against us like a flood. And guess what? God will allow things to come into our life to increase us. How do I know? Because in the book of Samuel, God did this with David and Saul. God says what? He placed a spirit of jealousy on Saul to go after David to kill him, which means what? That David was going through, it was not the work of the enemy. It was the work of God. God caused a spirit of jealousy to fall on Saul to place David in the place of what? Being king. And a lot of times we'll be going through stuff and we'll be blaming the enemy. God is saying, the enemy ain't doing this, I'm doing this. Because the only way that I can get you into place, I got to allow this to happen. Do you think the enemy would have caused Saul to become jealous so that David could become king? Of course not. Because the enemy already knew that David had a praise in his voice for God, that David had a pure heart for God. So why in the world would the enemy want David to become king? Why would the enemy promote that? He ain't going to promote it. So the things that the enemy won't promote to get the glory for God, then God will place the spirit of jealousy upon them. Just think about the battle in Jehoshaphat, if I'm not mistaken, that they said, well, how are we going to win the battle? And then God got to speaking with the angels in his heavenly host up there. And somebody said, I'll go. One of the spirits said, I'll go. And God said, what will you do to ensure that Jehoshaphat win this battle? Then they said, I'll come as a lying tongue. I'll put a lie in all the prophets' mouth to tell them that they're going to win. Which means what? God orchestrated that. He did. To ensure that Jehoshaphat them got the victory. And so God will allow things to come into your life to push you into increase. And also the enemy too. The enemy will come up against you like a flood, like God says. Then God says what? Then he will lift up a standard. Which means what? Increase. If God is lifting up a standard when the enemy comes up against you, that means where you were before, he had to raise you up higher because the enemy was coming up against you. So listen, either way you look at it, whatever you're facing today, whether it's a sickness, whether somebody has lied on you, whether somebody's trying your integrity, whether somebody's trying to come against your marriage, whether division is trying to come within your marriage, whatever is going on, just trust me. That increase is coming your way. God don't allow anything to happen to you to cause you to stay in the same position. That's why God says this in Psalms 37, that the enemy shall fall on his own sword, and that you will not be ashamed during the time of the enemy. Which means what? God is going to make sure that he gets the glory out of your life. Which means what? Increase. So just get happy today. I know you woke up and you still see the same problem, but you better get rid of a double for your trouble. That's why God says, well, he's going to give you beauty for your what? For your ashes. He's going to give you beauty. He is. You mourning over there now, but you're going to be over there rejoicing. Here shortly you are. You've been moping around, but you're going to be dancing after a while. You are. Double for your trouble. 7-fold for your trouble. 100-fold for your trouble. The enemy has been fighting you in your finances. Look at where your finances are right now and get ready to see them increase. If the enemy has been fighting you in your health, look at your health right now. And then later on, look at where God will place your health. Okay? I'm telling you, any area where you are experiencing difficulty, where you're experiencing a hardship, that area is going to be increased. If your children are cutting the straight food, acting like monkeys, okay, and wild giraffes, you better believe that you about to experience some angels in your kids, okay? Which means what? God is about to increase them into obedience. If your husband is cutting the straight fool over there, acting like he ain't got no common sense, then you best to believe that God is about to give you a king over there that has wisdom like ain't nobody's business. If you are dealing with a wife over there who's acting like a chicken with her head cut off, then you best to believe that God is about to groom you a beautiful dove. You're about to experience kingship over there. She about to say whatever you like. I'm telling you, whatever area you're facing over there in hardship, where it seems like it's troublesome, God is about to give you beauty for your ashes. You're about to experience increase like never before. So thank God for it now. Even though it don't look like it, God is going to increase you. He is. He knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. And like I said, the enemy is not going to promote something that's going to glorify God. And when he doesn't promote it, then God will have to put you in a position so that you can grow. It'll seem like it's the enemy working, but it'll be God. Just like I told you, how God placed the spirit of jealousy on Saul. Why? Because God knew that would put David into his place of being king. And right now, God wanted to place you in the space of being king. God wanted to place you in the space of being queen. God wants to place you in the space of increase. So listen, get ready for double for your trouble, sevenfold for your trouble, 100-fold for your trouble, because God is indeed going to increase you. I hope you got this, but if you didn't get this, you better rewind this thing and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have the mess. Smile up, because your smiles will be genuine. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Get ready for increase, double for your trouble. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.